Hello everyone, so recently I've been testing out summoning familiar artificial intelligence and wondered, are combat familiars worth using? On the 6th of October 2014, summoning familiars were given improved AI which made them much more useful when used in combat. Familiars will now engage in battle quickly with an enemy NPC if the player starts combat or if they are attacked. Not only were familiars updated, but the summoning interface has been graphically changed to look better and easier to manage. In addition to this, summoning scrolls for combat familiars can be given to a familiar to hold up to 500 at maximum, and the special attack auto-firing can be set on the special option. From this update, you can expect combat familiars to be used more often, however this has not necessarily been the case. Aside from Steel Titan, which is at level 99 summoning, combat familiars have not had light to shine other than non-combatant ones such as Beast of Burdens or skill boosters. The reason for this is due to combat familiars having a short duration time, cost, and usage, and their damage output is marginal. Now let's take a look at the most recent released summoning familiars, which are from Demon Flash mobs. There are 3 different types of Demon familiars, which are Brawler, Executioner, and Deacon. The 3 Demon familiars each use one style of combat, being melee, range, or magic. Brawler uses melee, Executioner uses range, and Deacon uses magic. Using Demon familiars requires a summoning level of 82, and making the pouch requires 1 Crimson Charm, 1 Demon Claw, and 136 Spirit Shards. The special scroll is called Ring of Fire that costs 12 special move points while dealing magic damage to any enemy in an approximately 5x5 radius. Each Demon familiar lasts 31 minutes, has a combat level of 97, and has 9,000 life points. Now we're going to test out these familiars to see how well they perform. Starting out first with Brawler Demon at Waterbirth Dungeon fighting Dagonets, the Brawler Demon definitely proves to immediately engage in combat when the player attacks or is attacked. The special move from the scroll is useful in hitting multiple Dagonets at once, helping in dealing damage and causing monster aggression. Their auto attacks deal small damage and aiding the player to kill the Dagonet. Next, we take a look at Executioner Demons with the same monster as before. From previously mentioned, the Executioner Demon follows all the basic standards to engage in combat and its special scroll in dealing damage. The only difference between Executioner and Brawler is one uses range and one uses melee. Now we move on to Deacon Demons. As like the other 2 demons, Deacon Demon quickly engages in combat and his special scroll helps in dealing damage. The only difference between the other 2 is that Deacon uses magic. From this example, we can now gauge how useful Demon familiars are in combat. As with every combat familiar, they engage in combat very quickly. The special scroll has a very large radius of attack range and can hit multiple targets within the area, however this is only useful when there are several enemies. Their timer duration is quite low, being 31 minutes as compared to other longer lasting combat familiars such as Adamant Minotaur, Nihil familiars, and Cthulhu Overlord. The damage from the 3 Demon familiars for their level is quite marginal even with a fairly high summoning requirement. The cost in making the pouches can be quite expensive if purchasing raw materials at the Grand Exchange. Overall, Demon familiars are not as beneficial to use for combat familiars as there are better familiars which can fulfill the role. The problem with Demon familiars or just any combat familiar in general is the fact that their duration is too short to make useful. Especially lower level familiars such as Honey Badger only lasting 25 minutes, which is almost as close to Demon familiars. Along with this, their damage output is very minimal to prove helpful compared with using abilities or legacy. One suggestion would be to increase the timers for low level familiars up to 45 to 60 minutes and higher level familiars having 120 minutes or more. This would help in things such as Slayer, as a task can take anywhere from 30 minutes to over an hour. Combat familiars as a whole are not as beneficial when compared to Beast of Burden familiars, which have a more practical use. The only few notable mentioned familiars for combat are Nihils and Iron or Steel Titan, but require very high summoning levels. Any other combat familiar other than those mentioned have barely any significant use. So that concludes my analysis on combat summoning familiars, and as always, thanks for watching and have an awesome day.